This is the most radical city in Europe. Sex, drugs, and bicycles. Hey, there's more to it than that. There's art, history, culture, some of the most fabulous architecture in the world. I'm gonna have to hurry up because I've only got 6 days to enjoy Amsterdam!
Amsterdam is the capital of the Netherlands. It's a city built on swampy marshland reclaimed from the North Sea. Although it has a population of less than 1 million, it is also one of Europe's major cultural centres. It's easy to reach Amsterdam by train from almost anywhere in Northern Europe, which has some of the most sophisticated rail links in the world.
So this is Amsterdam, bicycle capital of the universe. Check out the bikes. This city's got like 720,000 people, but every year they get something like 3 million tourists, so I think accommodation's going to be hard to find. Could get a tram, but I'm tired. I'm going to get a taxi, I think. You free? Breng to mijn de Hemp Hotel.
Sorry, wat zegt u?
Breng to mijn de Hemp Hotel.
Can you speak English?
Oh, you speak English?
Yes, everybody in Amsterdam speaks English.
Well, I don't know why I wasted $5 on that. Yeah, Hemp Hotel, please.
Amsterdam is a jigsaw puzzle, assembled from 90 islands and 170 canals. Much of the city lies around 2 meters below sea level and couldn't exist without the protection provided by a complex system of dikes and dams.
That's the place.
This converted townhouse is the Hemp Hotel. Hemp is the plant from which marijuana is extracted, but this place celebrates all its other forms. Some traditional ones, like weaving it into fibrous matting, others more unusual, like bizarre hemp cocktails and home furnishings.
It's all right, actually. $50 a night, and believe it or not, that's cheap for Amsterdam. Ow! Oh, even the bed's made of hemp. I thought hemp was supposed to be a soft drug. Hard as a rock. So do any of these products have, like, marijuana in them?
No, not really. They have the taste of hemp, but they won't turn you on.
Well, it's not undrinkable.
Yeah, well, here in the Hemp Hotel we want to show actually that you can do all your living with hemp, and you can sleep in it, wash yourself with it, eat it, drink it.
But that's different stuff from cannabis, isn't it? You don't get stoned on it. You could smoke a pound and just get lung cancer.
Yeah. That's actually just such a small part of what all the plant can do, but it's the only one that most people know, especially here in Amsterdam.
Excuse me, do you know which tram I can take into the centre of town?
Are you going to the gay parade?
The what?
The gay parade.
So a gay parade?
Yeah, because of the gay Olympics.
Cool, where's that?
You can take the 1, the 2 or the 5. They leave over here.
Okay, excellent, thanks.
Okay, have fun.
Cheers.
Amsterdam is a compact city, and you can see a lot of it on foot, but for longer distances, it's worth using the efficient tram system.
Actually quite a pleasant way to get around town, the trams. I didn't even buy a ticket, but apparently you're supposed to buy these weekly passes and get clipped or something, but... How's this for timing? First day in Amsterdam, I've walked into Europe's biggest party. Because today is the Gay Parade. It's an annual event, but this year it coincides with the Gay Games. 300,000 people are here to party. Well, 300,001 now. What would you expect in Europe's gay capital? Looks like we're going to go down. We'll have to stop meeting this way. So do you come down here often?
Amsterdam's legendary tolerance makes it one of Europe's most popular destinations for gay and lesbian travellers. There are more than 60 gay bars, clubs and hotels in the city, although for lesbians the choice is much more limited. Every summer the city celebrates its gay pride with a floating parade, which in true Amsterdam style carries on late into the night.
Come in. It's your breakfast. Hemp breakfast. This is made of hemp. I can't face it.
The trams run from 6 in the morning during the week, but start a little later at weekends. After midnight, a special bus service takes over. There is another way to get around, that old Amsterdam cliche, the bike.
Hello.
Hello. You want
you?
to rent a bike?
Yes, please.
Let's have a look.
What you got? These speed machines, huh?
Yeah.
How much are they?
They are 10 guilders a day.
It's about
one
$5.
bike.
That's all right. $5. Yeah.
We have two locks, one for the back wheel, one for your front wheel. And when there is a pawl or a bridge, just lock it at the bridge or the pawl.
Now, you really don't have to go through all that, do you?
A bike is like a car in Amsterdam. When you don't lock it well, it's gone in a minute.
Is there anything I have to observe, like in terms of road rules, or
If you see the red light, ignore them, because everybody does it in Amsterdam, you know?
go through the red lights? Okay. Oh, a red light. Should I stop? Oh, well, you've got to be a bit careful. Now and again. Probably the best way to get around Amsterdam is bicycle. And there's almost as many bicycles as people in this town. 500,000 of these pretty crummy bicycles. And apparently another 500,000 in the bottom of the canals. Now have a look at this. These guys are full-time employees of the city, and their job is solely to dredge out bicycles from the bottom of the canals. So if you want a cheap bike, learn to swim. Drive on the right side of the road. There's a little handy hint. The city's like a maze, labyrinths of narrow streets. And apparently before Napoleon came, there weren't even any numbers on the buildings. They just had little plaques, little pictures that identified them. Well, fancy that, another canal. One of the standard jokes is when a tourist asks directions, people say, oh, just go to the end of the canal. Because they're all interconnected. There's no end. Where are we? Herengracht. Keizersgracht. Gracht means canal. Keizers, I guess that's king. It's another one-way street, but I'm only going one way. One gear and it's the hard one. Now, I've heard there's some agreement between the city's junkie population and the municipality. And that is that they won't rob your grandmother and liquor stores if you don't complain too much about them stealing your bike. Woo! And watch those tram tracks. You get your wheels stuck in them and it's out of control. Dodging the trams, half the fun of Amsterdam. But you got to watch out for the trams when you're riding a bike around here because they don't stop for anyone. Well, I'm on the Herengracht. It's one of the most famous canals in Amsterdam. From the 17th century, and as you can see, these buildings are sinking into the sand. Have a look at this one. There's a lot of houses like this in Amsterdam. But the whole town was built on sand, it's reclaimed land, and half of it's sinking.
Much of what we think of as Amsterdam is the product of the golden age of Dutch classicism, the 17th century. It's the quality of the city's residential architecture which distinguishes it. There are no grand monuments, and only a few buildings that impress with size.
That must be the place. This is one of the narrowest houses in Amsterdam. It actually might be the narrowest. The owner said he's going to show me inside.
So kitchen is up here. So shall I make you a cup of coffee?
Yeah, one, thanks.
Okay, I'll just have it ready.
This is just tiny.
Yeah, sure.
Just about touch both walls at once.
It's about 2 meters wide.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like 7 feet.
Yeah.
So why is it so narrow?
Most probably it was built in an alleyway. This used to be an alleyway, and they just hang the floors between the walls of the houses next to it, and put the front and a roof on top, and it was a house. There's a story about this house because it's connected with the big house on opposite here, which was owned by two brothers in the 17th century. The story goes that one of the Tripp brothers heard a poor man say that he dreamt about a house as big as wide as their front door. He said, "Well, I'll build you a house like that, as wide as my front door," and that's this house.
I noticed that everyone keeps it in style, though, in the original style.
Yeah, well, that's regulations about that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to change it now.
It's like a living museum, isn't it? The whole that rat maze of the centre is like.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate. You make good coffee in this place. I'll say that about Amsterdam. Oh no. Fan-bloody-tastic. Locked it too. Jeez. God.
Bike theft is a major problem in Amsterdam, so you really have to lock up your bike properly.
Well, apparently that's the story, right? There's 500,000 bikes in the city, and 1 million get stolen every year. Now you work it out. That's an average of every bike stolen twice a year. I don't think the police are going to do much about it. Have to claim on travel insurance, I suppose. God. So what's with that guy? I didn't think anyone ever got arrested in Amsterdam.
We ran into the Amsterdam Historical Museum just for 30 seconds to check on the price. Neither of us locked the bikes. Came back out, and the one bike is missing.
You know, he left to look for the other bike, and so I sat like about a half a block away, just sitting on the thing, and waiting for anybody who looked like they would be somebody who stole a bike. I don't know what that would be, but
Scruffy.
Scruffy, and he was very scruffy. And so he walked up, he pulled a key out, he started to unlock my bike. So I just ran up to the bike, and he was in a corner. So I just like ran up and I just stopped him, and he just got really scared and went like this. And I said, "You stole my bike." He goes, "No, I didn't. Somebody gave me the key."
Oh no!
And so I went and I got these two police officers, and they said, "Don't believe the story. We know this guy. It's $700. They charge you $700 if it's stolen. If you don't have insurance."
For a bike worth about $10.
Yeah, they get like 25 guilders for it.
There are more than 60 miles of canals flowing in, out and around Amsterdam. It's also a very green city with more trees per square mile than any other capital in Europe. It is said that many residents never use the canals and miss out on the unique perspective of the city that they offer.
this has got to be the most relaxing way of getting around Amsterdam. It's good exercise too. This is a very dangerous intersection. I quite like my bicycle. Thank you, Captain Bligh. Oh, the reverse doesn't work too well in this thing. They're mad, they're worse than taxis. Well, I've been rescued, and this is the way to travel, I gotta say. Find some millionaires with some good Spanish wine and just cruise with them, because this paddling stuff, mate, forget it. What's the altitude in Amsterdam?
-5 meters.
So how come the sea doesn't just kind of come in and swamp us?
Because we all build dikes.
This is that old story about Peter with the finger in the dike.
That's
yeah?
rubbish.
Hansi Brinker, who stuck his finger in the dike.
Yeah.
And he saved the whole country. If there wouldn't have been dikes, then the whole city would be all flooded.
But
You know, the whole city has been built on poles into the sand.
Wow.
But now the constructions are getting weaker, so we have to support the buildings.
Yeah.
And that's tremendous effort and a lot of money, but it's worthwhile because look at it, it's so beautiful.
Oh,
they're all more than 300 years old, those buildings.
Yeah, it's the days of the Dutch East Indies when you people
the
colonized
golden age,
Indonesia and killed everyone and took all their resources.
that was the
good old
age.
days.
Yeah, the good old days. Yeah. Watch your head. Watch your head.
It's very low, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
A long time, Amsterdam was a state in a state. I mean, all Holland began in Amsterdam. They had this red light district. I mean, that's also years and years old because so many people came here to you know, with their ships.
A little rest and relaxation.
About 5,000 people are living on canals, either in boats like you see here.
They've got kitchens, they've got bedrooms, and they have bathrooms, I presume. Yeah. So where does all the stuff go from the bathrooms?
Well, most of the stuff is going into the canals, but the canals are being cleaned every night.
You mean they flush the canals?
They do.
So what about these big boats? Can you buy one of these? Is it cheaper than a house?
It's not cheaper than a house, no more. But people want it so much because you're living actually onto the water and always in the center of the city. It's become a sort of trendy thing. So now it's even more expensive to live on a houseboat than to live in a house.
So they're just like floating flats.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cafes are actually on the canals, aren't they?
Well, there's a lot of cafes who have a mooring, and you can put your boat there and just climb onto the shore and get your beers.
Thanks for the lift.
Hey.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thanks for the lift.
Bye-bye.
Watch it. Thanks for the lift. How's this for a pad? I got my own houseboat. Yeah, it's a little more expensive than a hotel, but it's such an Amsterdam thing to do. Here am I right on the canal and I can watch the world go by. When they coined the term cafe society, I think they had Amsterdam in mind. 2,000 bridges, 170 canals, full of romantic little spots where you can just chill out. You know, there's quite a few backpacker type accommodation places in Amsterdam, but there's one which is synonymous with the whole trip, and that's Bob's Youth Hostel. Bob's is like,
nirvana for like wayward travelers. And I want you to know the war on drugs makes criminal out of totally harmless Americans. So learn from the Dutch, Uncle Sam. Talking to you, Bill.
We did buy a bus pass the first time, like a metro pass when we first got here, and it's ridiculous. We haven't used it yet, and I don't think we're gonna get a chance to because everything's so right there for you.
It's one of those places that you just come to and nobody really cares what anybody else is doing. You can just be yourself and just kick back. It's where I'm coming for my whole vacation because I love it here.
It's a great place. Yeah, cool. Lots of hot chicks, tell you that.
We pay 24 guilders and we have also breakfast. Warm shower, sheets.
Party on, man. Toke it, smoke it, and don't joke with it. Monkey Man's here to stay. Amsterdam!
This is incredible. Did you rent this?
No, I made it. It's one of my artworks. I'm a sculptor. I make urban UFOs.
You want to
No,
try?
not at all.
Can
You
I?
want to try? Sure.
You want to take a break? Yeah?
Yeah, come on board.
Oh God, it's not going to fall over, is it?
No, it's quite safe. It's quite stable. It's a way for people to stay in shape while they're staying in touch. Well, it's the thinking man's Porsche.
I think it's the moving man's bridge party. Well, we're on the
Or
tram
the
track
system.
now, yeah?
And yet,
Is that legal for us?
technically, it is illegal.
Yeah.
But these things are now what's called gedoopt in Dutch, which means that it's not really allowed, but we're not going to disallow it either because it's not really hurting anybody. And gee, look, maybe it's making a lot of people feel good.
So how fast does it go?
It's not about going faster, it's about going slower and enjoying the experience.
Red light. Never thought I'd say thank God for a red light.
It's fun to watch the people's faces light up. Then there are some that smile sort of reluctantly. I've never seen that before. That's not in the book. There must be something wrong with that. My dream is to have the G8 leaders on board. Blair and Clinton and Chirac and...
round table discussion.
They will have to get along. They will have to cooperate. They'll have to hammer out their differences or they're not allowed to get off, you see.
There's a lot of good things in Amsterdam. Unfortunately, service is not one of them. I've been sitting here for 25 minutes waiting just to order a cup of coffee. $16.79. Well, if they've been in business that long, they must be giving good service. I might just check it out. How are you, mate?
Hello.
Yeah, a nice little pub you got going here.
Yeah, this is the tasting tavern of a distillery. You can have a Geneva or a liqueur or a fruit Geneva. For example, this half and half. It's an orange liqueur with a bitter. And the thing is, if you're here, you have to zip first.
So sip it first.
Yeah. And take your time for it.
Whoa!
It's strong.
That is strong.
38%.
Wow.
And now you can pick it up by hand.
With my hand?
Yes, indeed.
That's not so hard.
That's not that difficult.
Maybe. Oh, it's quite strong.
That's a tradition of 300 years, so you should be very careful with the tradition. The bride's tears, it's interesting of this. And you, well, before marrying, you should
What's
drink
that
it.
stuff inside?
Oh, it's golden leaves and silver leaves.
Real gold?
Real gold. And the drink is even better. Here you are.
Oh wow! Now go do that sip thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is the. Oh.
Is that yours?
I think I'm in love.
You know, if you assumed that Amsterdam was all these genteel terraces on romantic canals, you'd be quite wrong. Most people can't even afford that lifestyle. In fact, there's a real housing shortage in Amsterdam. But they've got this really good law. If a building is vacant for 12 months or more, anyone can just move in free of charge. So there's all these squats around the place. And if you know someone in a squat, you might even get a free bed.
I'm pretty lucky I met someone who got a squat because my budget is gone. Wow.
Hi.
Thomas.
Jonathan.
How are you, mate?
Welcome.
So this is it.
Yeah, this is it.
The Bat Cave.
Mm-hmm.
What's this room?
This is the lift.
The lift. It's huge.
We used to have parties in here, and a bar.
A bar and a lift.
Yeah. It's fun.
So what do you do with all the space?
Yeah, we do lots of things like art galleries, studios, workspaces, rave parties, skate park.
A skate park in a warehouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, it's here.
So who started the place?
We were a group of artists who needed space to work, and we decided to squat old buildings. So this is the 5th floor.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, this is our most beautiful space.
Great.
And these people, Leonard and Pinky, they have a place to sleep.
Nice.
This is Leonard, Pinky.
Hi, Leonard. How are you? Hi. Pinky. Jonathan. Just party in this town.
Now you want to go to sleep.
Wow, look at that view.
Yeah, I've seen it already.
Oh, you wouldn't get bored with this, would you?
No, this is good. Okay, here
Leonard
we are.
and Pinky are artists, two of the many who live and work in this squat.
Nice.
They specialise in the bizarre, kitschy and surreal costumes which have made them a regular feature of Amsterdam club culture.
Almost.
I'd love to go to a club dressed like that. So what's it like living in a squat?
I like it. We have a lot of space. In the beginning we didn't pay any rent, but later we agreed with the government who owns this building to pay rent.
So you've actually got rights to be here now. They can't come and throw you out.
No. No, it's like...
It is so Amsterdam. The government will take money from you, right? They'll tax marijuana, they'll
Yeah.
take rent, but you're not officially here.
Yeah.
Buried in the bowels of the building is one of the best bars in town, where, like in many of Amsterdam's clubs, there's a pretty relaxed attitude to soft drugs. If you do go to a club, keep some small change, as you'll probably be expected to pay to use the toilet and to tip the bouncer on the way out.
This place is a maze and amazing. I mean, look at that view. If I got a room tonight, I have to share with a man and a woman. But I think they can trust me. You know, Amsterdam's a very cultured city. They got 141 art galleries and 42 museums, some of which specialise in some quite interesting themes. For instance, the very popular Hemp Museum. And a sex museum. But to be perfectly honest, these places are a complete rip-off. They're just designed to take money out of tourists. If you want to see a museum, you're much better off seeing a proper one. Now this is a serious museum. This is the Rijksmuseum. It's full of all that interesting stuff you find in museums, but today what I want to see is Rembrandt's Night Watch, one of the world's most famous paintings.
The Night Watch was painted in 1642 by Rembrandt. Its relatively informal depiction of a group of merchants was considered innovative at the time.
It's very somber, isn't it?
It used to be much somber before, you know. Around 1808, they cleaned it, and then they found out it's not a night painting, it's just a day painting. And I think there are about 34 people in it, but it's only 16 people that paid for it. It was 100 guilders, $50. It was a lot of money.
$50 in those days. That
$50, yeah.
That's a lot.
But,
now, if these guys paid 100 guilders each to get their faces on the painting, what about there's a guy over there he's obscured by someone's arm?
Probably he paid half. He's only
He
half
paid
of his
50
face.
guilders. You get half your face.
But it used to be bigger. It had to fit in between two doors. It was too big, so they just cut off a meter or something, you know, 3 people on it.
You're kidding? So
Amazing.
there's some people missing from the painting?
Yeah. It took him about a year before he finished his painting. And people of Amsterdam didn't like him so much because they didn't like this kind of paintings that he makes, you know. If you look at the painting over there or over there, it's bright, it's clear, and the people are there standing, and, you know, everything is pretty clear in his paintings, but this is more like an action painting.
da bere e da mangiare, però erano ancora fedeli di essere.
You like it? Not so much.
I do. I find it's powerful. There's no doubt about that. It's all a bit gloomy. I mean, that period was pretty gloomy, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, art is very important for the people in Amsterdam. Unfortunately, art is pretty expensive, but we also have some places in Amsterdam where you can rent art.
Oh yeah.
Art to take.
Yeah.
You go there? It's like library where you can get art.
Yeah.
For a couple of months, for a couple of years, and you pay an amount of money for it, the percentage of the value of the painting.
So all of this is for rent.
And what you can do also, if you rent this for a couple of years, finally it's going to be your own property.
Actually, I quite like that.
This one, it's about 25 guilders a month.
Which
it's
way?
a possibility. Whatever you like. I think it's the other way around. I think it's this way.
I like this one.
Yeah, it's a beautiful one. It's made by a Chinese artist. You want to see it?
Yeah, it looks like an elephant.
It's not so heavy. It's made of aluminium. You know?
Comes apart.
It's pretty light.
Oh, it is.
It's easy to put it in your suitcase, bring it over for your family, whatever.
Well, I could take that home. Actually,
The other way
really
around. This has to be in a bit. Oh, man, take care. It's not too expensive, but it's art. You need to take care with art.
Well, I'm really happy. Like most people go on vacation and come back with a T-shirt or some chintzy little souvenir. I've got an original work of art, $20 a month. It's worth thousands. $20 a month. It's great. You really can't come to Amsterdam without checking out the works of Vincent van Gogh. But unfortunately, the museum's closed at the moment for renovations. So this is about as near as I'm going to get. Hey, Vincent.
Hi.
How are you, man?
I'm all right.
Yeah, what's all this about?
For me, it's like Vincent is still alive, but he's still dead, and there's still people making money out of his work. Well, he was alive, he never made money, and they said he was crazy. Now it is this actually.
What's that?
It's the red light district. I cannot make a living of it.
You just need a little bit here, man. I tell you, it's all.
You know what we can do? You stay painting here. Yeah. I go do interviews on the streets with people.
I noticed you made almost a guilder. I'll even give you 2 guilders 50. Eh? Don't say I'm cheap. 250. I guess everyone knows that Amsterdam's got the most liberal drug laws in the world. But if you're coming here to smoke pot, don't be stupid. Don't do it on the streets. Go into these coffee shops which are government controlled and government taxed. And apparently they even sell coffee, but I haven't seen anyone drinking it. Hey, how are you, mate?
Hey, good afternoon. What can I help you with? I got the menu here.
All right. Crystallica, ML5 Haze Mist, White Weed. That's.
It probably all sounds like algebra.
Hang on, what's the difference between bio-weed and hydro-weed?
Bio-weed's like naturally grown grass. It's grown on like earthly soil, and they don't use any how you call it, feeding material or growing material. They just keep it as natural as possible.
Right. Well, I don't know. I mean, what do you I don't know. I don't know.
It depends on what you're looking for. You want to lie down on your couch, do nothing. You want to be a bit active. You want a mental high. You want a physical stone.
Yeah, all of the above.
I should suggest something high because you seem like an active person. So yeah, this is for the creative persons on this.
Oh, that's a heady little smell there. Yeah, what else we got?
One of the most powerful grasses there's available at this moment is called the greenhouse white rhino.
Wow, it's almost white.
We have this plant for really medical use. Many cancer patients, AIDS patients use that as a replacement for painkillers.
Is it really legal? I mean, some people say it's legal, some say it's tolerated. What does that mean?
The tolerated sentence is like the legal part about it. It's not really legal, but it's tolerated, you know? It's like I can sell a person 5 grams a day when he comes in the shop, but I can't exceed that because then I'm like fighting with the law. While you're here, enjoy it, but never ever take it home to your own country because you get in major trouble, you know? If you go to the States with like for a crumb of marijuana like this in your pocket, they might even give you jail sentence for it, you know, it's like ridiculous. For a Dutch person, it's like normal to smoke, you know, we don't go in a coffee shop and get completely stoned, that's mostly the tourists. We just sit in a coffee shop as a connoisseur and smoke a joint as someone else would drink a wine or whatever. We sell atmosphere, we don't see it as selling marijuana, we sell atmosphere.
I can't quite understand the conflict though between it's something that's illegal but it's taxed. So the government is actually party to the.
At least this way, some of it's coming through their things, and they've got some control over it.
I suppose it brings a lot of
I mean,
tourists.
it brings a lot of. I mean, it's millions and millions of dollars of industry.
You think Amsterdam's cooler than say other cities in Holland?
Amsterdam's the best city. I've been to a lot of cities in Holland, but you can't compare it to Amsterdam. It's like New York, it never sleeps.
Try.
I think I've had enough.
Ah, well.
I'm going to chill out.
Hi,
Hey, good to meet you all.
Yeah.
Take care. You know, as beautiful as central Amsterdam is, I was just feeling a bit claustrophobic in there. It's nice to know that there's somewhere in the centre of town which has a bit of space where you can chill out. Vondel Park is the oldest park in Amsterdam. During the 70s, it was kind of like a non-stop Woodstock. Tents set up, it was a mecca for hippies. People lived in the park. Although you can't live in the park these days, no law against living in the 70s.
Amsterdam may be a centre for the arts,
Hey.
but that doesn't mean that all the culture is exactly world class.
Here, we're still here.
Just here?
Thanks.
You gonna pay?
Yeah,
I'll do your hat. What?
you see this too expensive.
I don't know that. Ow! You want to join in? What is it? It's called voetzak. Okay, you got to keep it up, huh?
Yeah.
Just the foot, or you can use any part?
Any part. It's a nice traveling game, this foot bag.
Well, actually, it'd be easy to pack in the bag, wouldn't it?
It is, yep. And it's a very social sport. You make friends without a problem.
Oh, what do you like on a dance floor, man?
Okay, maybe you want to learn a trick with the head. Two
You
things you
have
gotta
to
do.
bob down.
Frown,
can do
because
that.
that way you get a soft forehead. And bend through your knees. All right, and now to the foot.
Now what do I do?
Eye check.
Huh?
All right.
Well, I finally found a landmark I recognise. This is the Der Wacht. It's a pretty foreboding looking building, isn't it? It was part of the original city wall. During the war, it was where the Nazis took Jews and rounded them up in that building. Now it's an internet cafe. Now, we're 200 yards from all this civility, but there's one place I want to go to. Okay, it's a little dodgy. It's not dangerous, but it's definitely sleazy. It's the famous red light district. Relative safety in an area where, if it's not legal, at least it's tolerated and taxed and controlled. But it's still kind of scary in its own way, don't you think? Oh, man. It's like a chicken coop. They're all just lined up in little glass windows.
Smoke some? You want to smoke something?
Be careful of some of the back streets around the red light district, where there are a lot of very dodgy drug pushers. It was here that I almost got into a fight.
No, we don't do that.
God
Good on
save
you,
the
mate.
Queen.
Ah, good on you, mate. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on?
Hey, Bruno! Give me 5 kilos of back. Don't do it.
I got coins.
Let me pay them.
That's it. That must be. Oh, that's it. Hey, come. I gotta walk home now, man. I gave him my last, man. I just gave him about 8 gilder. It's okay, man. We know the way home. It's cool. It's cool. But I feel less worried with a bunch of government-controlled prostitutes who are paying tax than some street hustlers who obviously wanted more than I was prepared to give. This is the Albert Kuip market. It's the biggest market in the Netherlands. Bits and pieces from all over the world. Most of it like you'd expect at any market, just chintzy rubbish. But here you also get a lot of ethnic food because 40% of the population of Amsterdam are from other cultures, immigrant population. So here they buy their salted fish and their tropical fruits. You can get just about anything here. They got cheeses here I've never heard of. Hello. I'd like to try something really Amsterdam.
This is a very special one.
Is it?
Made on the farm. Yeah, by the farmer's wife.
Can I try a little bit?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
The Dutch Emmental is sweet. This is this one. It's sweet cheese. This is very nice.
That's
one.
nice.
It's 2.85, please.
Anders niets erbij. Well, to tell you the truth, I'm a bit disappointed with this. I was expecting a market full of exotic ethnic goods, but it's just the same rubbish you buy everywhere. Not a bad people buzz, but nothing special. Same stuff you buy anywhere on the planet.
Hey, Mr. Gemini, how you doing, man?
Hey, Gary.
Put there 5 there.
Thanks,
hey,
man.
so, guess what?
Cheers.
When are you leaving anyways?
Tomorrow.
What about you and I going to a wedding tonight?
Oh, yeah?
A gay one. You
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
Honey, you might even get the bridal bouquet. I got it one time, but I ended up with nothing. But anyways...
I can't even catch a cold.
Can I tell you something? You won't be messed up?
What?
You look very scruffy. I mean, this is Amsterdam.
I'm a traveller.
You're tacky. I'm looking all beautiful and all shiny. You look like
I can't compete
like a
with
mess.
that, man.
Are you ready? Let's go shopping. Now, who do you want to be, Toto or Dinah Ross? You know something? The best thing you have to do is when you come to Holland, you have to get a herring.
A herring?
Man, it's a herring. It's a fish that they have.
Yeah.
And now we have the new herrings out, and they're great.
They'll come with chips?
No, this is not England. No, it's raw. And
it's not cooked.
And you take. Shall we do it together? Throw your head back, and then you go.
That's illegal in some countries.
Want to try? Come on, man. Be dangerous.
Well, when in Amsterdam.
Get your head back. There we go. Wow! Great. It's wonderful. Isn't it delicious? Isn't it? You love it? If you don't eat it, I'm going to eat it up for you. Okay. How was it?
Yeah, no.
You going to be okay? Oh, good. Hello? Can anyone help her? That means can anybody help her?
They're big.
I'd like you to give us a flower with love. A sunflower. For Van Gogh himself, you see? Okay.
Yeah?
Can we both steal a little kiss?
Okay, a little one, eh?
Okay. Okay?
Mwah.
Okay.
Friendly town, isn't
Hey,
it?
Donkey Bell. And do you have any deodorant we could kind of put there? And kind of get that little hair together. I mean, these white men,
I've got a suit. I haven't worn it yet.
You'd be like
right?
these black men, all shiny and nice. I'm going to put some little polish on you and shine you up, make you look good. Sorry, Jonathan, I got to see this man about a horse.
Okay.
Man, this is the best shop in town. This is all freaky things. Oh man, that's just too much. Look at that, size 45. I'm sure it's a Bigfoot. What do you
I'd
think?
feel weird going through custody for that
Come
stuff.
on,
Nah.
this is Amsterdam. Oh well. What'd you do that for, man? Come on.
Just an impulse.
Oh please, come on. Let's get on our way. Hey, can't find your something here, then you have to go home and forget about it. Hey, that's not bad.
Our football team.
Even got the best football team there is in the whole world. Yeah. We almost won, but anyways, we didn't. But anyways, it's a great gift.
Actually, my nephew would love that. It's about
Well,
the
he
only
would.
gift I can afford. I might get that extra.
Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I have to run a business in my house there, back there, like that.
Okay.
Just all you do is wash yourself up good, come looking good, and see you tonight. All right?
I'll see you at the wedding. Okay.
All right.
Cheers.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to tonight. I don't know what to expect. I now pronounce you man and man. I don't know, I've never been to a gay wedding. But in Amsterdam, it's very common. See, 40% of the centre of the city's gay. And last year alone, they had more gay weddings than straight. So it should be good.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Kane and Martin Blair. My microphone was in your dress. Ladies and gentlemen, my black guy and Bob and Bob. Make his announcement.
Amsterdam is the gay capital of Europe. The age of consent for gay men was lowered to 16 in 1971, and attitudes in general are fairly liberal.
Hey, congratulations! Is this a recognised marriage?
Yes. Yes. It is, from my understanding, that this marriage is recognized throughout the world.
Well, I notice that kids these days, you know, you say someone's gay, it's like, oh, they're gay. Like, big deal. No big deal, right? It's just, you know, oh, they're gay or they're Gemini. I mean, you know, I mean, it doesn't matter, does it? I mean, look, I've got to be a little bit honest about this. It's a bit tacky, isn't it? Come on, the whole thing.
Well, we tried to make ours not quite.
Oh no, that's salubrious.
We didn't want to do that. We wanted to do the best. We wanted to be who we are, and that's what we did.
Just have a good time.
Well, on the one hand, it's really tacky. It's a bit like a game show. But on the other, it is a sincere pledge of love. It's vows. It's a ritual. There's not enough love in the world, and if these people are in love, I say good luck to them. So that's Amsterdam. And to tell you the truth, I'm pleasantly surprised. I was expecting a city full of absolutely stoned hippies or something. I don't know what I expected, but what I found was a city full of life. I mean, this is the artistic capital of Europe. This is the crossroads or the cross canals of all realities. It's vibrant, it's creative, it's special. It's Amsterdam. And if nothing else, check out the architecture.
Thank you.